This video is brought to you in association with Thrustmaster. Click on the link below and check out more of the Thrustmaster range. Hello viewers and welcome to the third of our videos looking at F1 2015. So we can see the menu screens here, demonstration. We'll grab some footage on those as Lee selects his next race. Nico Hülkenberg obviously winning the Le Mans 24-hour, great success for him and the guys, you know, great for Porsche as well. A really good result. Somebody asked what did I think of the race this year. I thought it was an interesting race, so I hoped for a bit more competition from Audi and a bit more competition from Toyota, but they just weren't able to take the fight this year. Porsche were very strong, and great for Nico to be an active Formula One driver and yet compete in that race as well. I'm sure some other F1 drivers were quite jealous. But here we are at Spa on a rainy day, aptly so. A circuit where it rains quite often, always very challenging, and it'll be interesting to see how the car performs in these wet conditions. Again, this is what we tested on Singapore on the first demo a couple of months ago, and it was very impressive in the rain. You can see the nice rain effects, splattering and stuff. That's quite a heavy downpour going on there. Goodness, a lot of F1 races wouldn't even start in these conditions these days, which is a shame. Now we're going into turn one. So taking it nice and easy, not wanting to do a Grosjean, getting on the power, back end, stepping out. And that's a really bad one there because you'd lose speed all the way down the hill. Going up Eau Rouge now, let's see. Car going wide there, luckily for him, getting on the brakes, just about avoiding a pile-up. Whoa, and then losing it. Goodness. And you can see a little splash there as well. That's nice. As he spins around. No damage on this build, on this run, so he can get on with his race again now. Now again here on this you see lots of sort of visual improvements and details throughout, spot effects, much improved grass. I always like some foliage going into the top of the hill. Now obviously you'll see him going onto the curbs. I know some simulation purists might go on about the curbs, but I also understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the curbs are actually painted now in a more grippy paint to help drivers in case they touch the curbs in wet weather, so you don't see as many spins now as you used to, which is a bit of a shame. So going down the hill now, high speed section, very tricky in this weather towards Pouhon. A great corner, but a tricky corner because again there you go quite wide on the entry and then you can never pull it back. So, you know, you're always wide, hung out to dry, losing time all the way around. Good feeling of speed with the way they've put the track surface together with the little very small sort of puddles and stuff like that. It's nice to see. He sort of struggles with the handling here. He's out of the field now, so he can really concentrate on the driving, and really for you guys again it's a chance to see how the car's going to handle, seeing his inputs, his oversteer, his corrections, the way the car's moving. Good control is what you need in these conditions. And towards the end of the lap, going a bit wide, we've all done that before, and braking for the chicane. Always tricky, even more tricky in these conditions because your braking points change. Oversteering a little bit there, and that's causing the back end to step out, trying to get on the power. Always frustrating. You know, when you make a mistake at the start of a race, you kind of want to make up for it sometimes, and then it gets all a bit scrappy and you realise you just got to chill out and calm the laps and be more progressive. A really nice feeling in terms of the misty view in the distance, giving that kind of rain feel. Codemasters have always done a good job, I feel, with the rain, and I think they've continued that here bit by bit. Some of you will talk about the spots on the camera. It's using the sort of rotating camera cleaning lens that we have on TV for this T-cam view, rather than say water blowing off the sides. It loses it just a little bit at the top of the hill, the braking point. Again, when you're used to playing this in the dry, suddenly you play it in the wet, it's a different circuit. Hulkenberg here may have had a great Le Mans, but his Spa is not working out for him at the moment. But either way, you know, I'm looking at this for the first time as all of you, so for me it's just, I'm just sort of taking it as we're racing round and looking at how he's handling it. But generally speaking then, I think visually he looks really nice. I think it's a nice game to look at. Lots of little spot effects, lots of little improvements. You know, I appreciate that when you've got lots of cars going around on a track, you've got lots of tyre data and suspension data and AI improvements, that there's a lot for the game to take in and calculate. And I think that in that sense, Codemasters have done a good job. They always tend to do a good job putting these games together. Again, understeering there, that'll be the conditions, so you need to account more for those. Perhaps a little lift going into that corner in these conditions just to keep the car on the track. Nearly losing it under braking, the chicane, keeping it together. And that completes that lap rather suddenly. That completes that lap, and as ever, there'll be more from me, more F1 action to come on the channel, more from me very soon.